Today we're diving into footwear, specifically. Choosing classy shoes for comfort and style, for feminine presentation. Our mission here is pretty clear. Cut through all the noise and give you a solid, actionable guide. Something that helps elevate your look right from the ground up. And look, while the source material we're using is particularly focused on cross-dressers, the ideas we're pulling out, they're really universal for anyone wanting to refine their appearance.
Exactly. That's what's so interesting here. Even with that specific focus, the core principles, comfort, style, making sure your presentation works, that applies to everyone looking to maybe boost their confidence a bit through how they look. And this deep dive, I think it'll really show why shoes are, they're way more than just accessories.
Okay, let's unpack that. It's easy, right, to just think of shoes as the final thing you put on, a finishing touch. But the source material hits back at that straight away. It says shoes are the foundation upon which an outfit's elegance rests. That's quite a statement, isn't it?
It really is a
Yeah.
critical one.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, the impact shoes have goes so far beyond just, looking nice. They have a huge effect on your posture and movement. Good shoes. They encourage you to stand taller, walk more gracefully. That instantly changes your whole feminine presentation.
Right, you carry yourself differently.
Totally. And then there's visual balance. Shoes can make your legs look longer or slimmer at the ankle. They ground the outfit. Plus, think about the social signals. Your shoe choice, their condition. It says a lot, subtly, about your taste, your lifestyle, even just your attention to detail.
Little cues.
Exactly. And ultimately, it comes down to confidence. If your shoes fit well, look elegant, you're not thinking about pinching or aching, you're comfortable. And that comfort lets you focus on connecting with people, not on your feet.
So the big takeaway here for you listening is that this source really pushes back against that pain is beauty idea. The most classy, elegant, feminine footwear. It actually blends style and comfort seamlessly. And here's that test the source gives. If you can't imagine wearing them for more than 2 hours, they probably aren't the best choice for everyday or professional settings. That hits home, right?
It does, because discomfort, it just undermines everything else you're trying to achieve with your look and presence.
Okay, let's tackle something head on, this common idea. When we think ultra-feminine shoes, lots of us picture like seriously high heels, sky-high stilettos, but the source brings in some practical truths here.
Yeah, this is important. Why are some of those really high fashion choices maybe not the best for every day or for a more refined look? Take high stilettos. Glamorous. Absolutely, for the right moment. But the pressure on the balls of your feet is intense. They strain your calves, your knees. And honestly, walking smoothly can be a real challenge. We've all seen it, right? It can look tentative.
Or just painful, yeah. And maybe a bit much for the office sometimes.
Exactly. They can feel out of place. Then you have platform heels. They give you height, sure, but they can be bulky, harder to walk in gracefully sometimes, which kind of works against that understated, refined vibe we're talking about. And trendy sneakers. Obviously comfortable, but usually way too casual unless you're really deliberately building a specific casual chic look around them.
So if it's not the super high heels, where's the sweet spot? What does the source point to?
The source identifies it clearly.
Yep.
Low heels, think 1 to 2 inches kitten heels, and those classic ballet or pointed toe flats.
Okay.
And the advantages are pretty compelling. You get that little bit of lift, posture improvement, but without sacrificing your balance or making walking awkward. Your gait stays smooth, poised. They're incredibly versatile too. Work, semi-formal, smart, casual. They bridge those gaps really well.
And maybe less likely to draw attention for the wrong reasons, especially if you're building confidence being out and about.
That's a huge point. They let your overall look, you, be the focus, not just, wow, look at those shoes, especially if they look difficult to walk in. It's about quiet confidence.
All right, let's walk through the main categories then. The types of feminine footwear that really build that classy wardrobe, starting with the more understated options.
Sounds good. So starting at the simpler end, we have ballet flats. These are great for, say, casual work days running errands. They look fantastic with skinny trousers or maybe an A-line skirt.
Why do they work so well?
They're just simple, understated, timeless, really. They don't scream for attention, so the focus stays on your outfit and your natural movement. Styling tip from the source, go for leather or suede if you can. They last longer, feel better than, cheap synthetics. A little detail like a small bow is fine.
Okay, makes sense. What's next?
Pointed toe flats. These step it up a notch. Think office wear, maybe with sleek dresses or tailored pants. That pointed toe, it just does wonders for elongating the leg, adds a subtle elegance without any height.
And colors.
Neutrals are your friends here. Black, beige, navy, super versatile. But a deep jewel tone, like an emerald or sapphire flat, that can be a really chic statement if the rest of the outfit is simple.
Nice. Okay, moving up slightly in height.
Exactly. Kitten heels, these are perfect when things get a bit dressier. Important meeting, a presentation, date night. They give you that posture boost, that little bit of lift, but they're still stable. They work well with dresses and pants.
Hmm.
Key thing is to look for a slim, tapered heel shape that keeps the profile looking refined.
Right, not too chunky.
Precisely.
Hmm.
And then for those really long days, maybe an all-day event, a conference, lots of walking, you've got low block heels. The wider heel base makes a huge difference for comfort because it distributes your weight better. You get the height without feeling unstable or, well, frumpy.
How do you style those best?
The source suggests pairing them with things like midi skirts or even wide-leg trousers. It creates a nice visual balance.
Okay, this is really helpful, but you can find the perfect shoe, technically speaking, but if it clashes with your outfit, disaster, right? The source talks about harmony, not rigid rules. How do we achieve that?
Yeah, that's crucial. It's not just about the shoe in isolation.
Hmm.
So, 3 key things to think about. First, coordinate color thoughtfully. Your neutrals, black, beige, taupe, navy, they're your workhorses. They just blend. Think seasonally, too. Lighter neutrals for warmer weather, richer ones like oxblood, or deep brown for fall and winter.
Can you do a pop of color?
Absolutely. If your clothes are neutral, a bold shoe, maybe a classic red pump or an emerald kitten heel could be amazing,
Hmm.
but keep the style of the shoe classic if the color is bold. Don't go too crazy on both fronts.
Got it. What's the second point?
Balance proportions. This is subtle but important. Slimmer shoes, like pointed flats or delicate heels, look great with slim-fitting clothes, pencil skirts, tailored trousers. If you're wearing something fuller, like a wider skirt or wide-leg pants, a slightly chunkier heel like that block heel or maybe a rounder toe can balance it out better.
Yeah.
You want to avoid, say, really heavy-looking shoes with a very delicate, floaty dress. It just looks off.
Right, it weighs it down visually.
Yeah.
Okay. And the third thing.
Match formality. This seems obvious, but it's easy to miss. A sharp business suit needs sleek flats or modest heels, not strappy sandals. Cocktail dress, kitten heels, elegant low pumps, casual sundress, ballet flats, maybe low wedges. It's about matching the shoe to the occasion and the overall feel of the outfit.
Okay, this next point feels absolutely critical, especially thinking about the context of cross-dressing where maybe you're not used to certain types of footwear. Comfort. The source calls it the non-negotiable factor because pain just kills confidence, doesn't it?
Instantly. It doesn't matter how great you look if you're wincing with every step. Confidence comes from feeling at ease. So let's break down comfort and care. First, fit matters more than the size number. Shoe sizes are all over the place between brands. You have to try them on.
Walk around in the store.
Yes, walk around. Feel for any pinching. Check if your heel is slipping out. Don't just stand there. And remember, insoles. They can make a huge difference in getting that perfect fit. Second, materials make a difference. Good leather breathes. Molds to your foot, it's durable. Fabric can be great too. But those really stiff, cheap synthetics, the source really warns against those for all-day wear. They just don't give, and they don't feel good.
Makes sense. What else impacts comfort?
Toe shape. We touched on this. Pointed toes look elegant, yes, but they can squeeze. If you need more room, almond or rounded toes are much more forgiving for longer wear. Also, heel placement and support. Look for heels positioned directly under your heel bone. That's the most stable spot. And check for padding in the footbed or any kind of arch support. Makes a huge difference if you're standing or walking a lot.
Okay, and what about breaking in new shoes? Because that can be rough.
It can. The key is gradual. Don't plan to wear brand new shoes for 8 hours straight. Wear them around the house first, just for short bursts. Use blister plasters or prevention sticks before you feel pain. If they're leather, a conditioner can help soften them up. And importantly, alternate your shoes. Don't wear the same pair day after day, especially when new. Give your feet and the shoes a break.
Good advice. And keeping them looking good, maintenance seems key for that polished look.
Absolutely essential. A scuffed, dirty shoe ruins the whole effect. So, routine cleaning. Leather needs wiping, conditioning, polishing. Suede needs a brush, maybe a protective spray. Keep it away from water. Fabric usually needs gentle spot cleaning. Also, check your heels and soles regularly. Are the heel tips worn down? Are the soles getting thin? A quick trip to the cobbler is way cheaper than buying new shoes and keeps them looking sharp. And storage. Use shoe trees or stuff them with tissue to keep their shape. Keep them out of direct sun. Dust bags are great if you have them. It protects your investment.
Let's tie this back to professional settings. The source mentions how the right shoe really reinforces credibility. How does that work?
It's subtle but powerful.
Yeah.
Polished, well-maintained, Classic shoes signal that you're professional, that you pay attention to detail. It's part of the overall package. And again, comfort is key professionally. If you're comfortable, you can focus 100% on your work, on the meeting, on networking, not on your aching feet.
Right, you're not distracted.
Exactly. And choosing an appropriate style means the focus stays on your skills and your presence, not on shoes that are maybe too flashy or too casual for the environment. Over time, it builds an impression of sophistication, poise, and, well, competence.
And on the flip side, what are the common traps to avoid? The source listed some key mistakes.
Yes, really important pitfalls. Number one, buying just for looks, totally ignoring comfort. We've all been tempted, but it's usually a regret. Number two, relying too heavily on statement shoes all the time. Sometimes less is more. Understated elegance often reads as more sophisticated. Three, neglecting maintenance. Letting shoes get scuffed or worn down, it just looks sloppy. Four, mismatching formality. Wearing super casual shoes when things are formal, or vice versa. It shows a lack of awareness. And finally, choosing the wrong heel height for you. Being honest about what you can comfortably walk in. It's always better to look graceful and confident in a lower heel than wobbly and unsure in a higher one.
That's a great point. Okay, so for someone listening who's maybe just starting to build this part of their wardrobe, it sounds like you don't need a closet full of shoes immediately.
Not at all. Quality over quantity. Versatility is key. The source actually suggests a really smart, small but mighty capsule wardrobe to start.
Oh, brilliant. What's in it?
Okay, so the suggestion is basically 4 core pairs. 1, a pair of black pointed toe flats. Super versatile, office ready, evening ready. 2, a pair of nude or beige low heels. These visually lengthen the leg and go with almost any color dress or skirt. 3, a pair of ballet flats and a soft neutral lorquib. Maybe a taupe, gray, or blush, great for casual but still put together looks. And 4, a pair of slightly dressier kitten heels, maybe in black or a deep jewel tone like burgundy or navy, for those occasions that need a little extra polish.
That sounds like a really solid foundation.
It really is. And from there, you can add things seasonally, maybe some low wedges for summer or some classic ankle boots for colder weather once you've got the basics nailed down.
Perfect. So bringing this all together, it really circles back to confidence, doesn't it? The confidence connection, as the source puts it.
Absolutely. That's the heart of it. The best, most stylish shoe you can wear is the one that lets you feel completely comfortable and authentic. Like the source says, feminine presentation, especially in the context of cross-dressing, is so much about feeling feminine, not just looking the part. When your shoes fit well, work with your outfit, allow you to move easily, you can just relax and step into that feminine self.
So wrapping up this deep dive, the core message seems clear: choosing classy and comfortable footwear. It's one of the most practical, most impactful things you can do to refine your feminine presentation. And often it's those low heels, those classic flats that really hit that sweet spot of elegance, wearability, and poise.
And maybe a final thought for you to consider. Femininity isn't static. It's not just about how things look. It's deeply connected to movement, to ease, to the confidence you project when you carry yourself with grace. And that confidence, that grace, it really does start from the ground up. How do your shoes influence how you move through the world?